I've got some other questions here. Dee Dee says, "Hi Bruce, I have been applying for jobs and over 15 interviews and still no job offers. What am I doing wrong?" So Dee Dee, I would have to, if you happen to still be on, I get this a lot from people saying, "I've applied for all these jobs." And from my position, and I realize I have a kind of a filtered position. It's kind of through my eyes. There's so many job openings. It's shocking when people say that. But I don't know your context. Like, I don't know how much experience you have. I don't know what you're applying for. So what you want to do is you want to match your skill set. Let me just see if I can bring up what I was looking at before. You want to match whatever skill set you have with positions that are out there. So in this example right here, these jobs here, I'll just use this one I just opened up here, right? This is for a junior project analyst. Sorry, a junior project engineer, right? At Kelly Services in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Now look at this. Job title. What we just read, project engineer. They are looking for 1 to 3 years of experience. They're looking for a bachelor's degree. They're looking for necessary 3D modeling, design. So here's what I do. Here's my technique. What I do is I look for jobs that I have the skills for. So for example, this says junior level, 1 to 2 years of experience. 1 to 3 years of experience, right? As a project engineer. Okay, I make sure I have that. Education level, bachelor's degree in these items, right? I make sure I have that. I match myself up with that career path. Now you might be thinking, well, Bruce, I don't have a year experience. I don't have 3D modeling. I don't have, are you telling me that I'm supposed to go get this job, get 3 years? Where do I get the 3 years experience? Okay, listen to what I'm saying right here. Check this out. So you have to find a job that already matches the skills you already have, right? Not necessarily, if you're just kind of shooting around, if you're just like throwing resumes out there, that's not going to work as effectively as finding somebody you already match up with. You already have these skills. Find somebody who matches that same skill. That's all I do. That's all I do. And nowadays, you got tools like Google. This is cool. This is a cool little tool and everything. But the best tools are ones that have built-in job search algorithms that are built specifically for that. Google's very good at search, very good at research. Awesome. And I would definitely put that in your toolbox. But LinkedIn is incredible. LinkedIn, you can do exactly what I'm telling you to do. Like, what you do is you fill out a LinkedIn profile, right? Fill it out completely. Then what? You now have a whole course about how to do it, what my exact techniques in, what keywords I use, tools to find keywords, all that kind of stuff. Go to ConvoCourses.com. You'll find it there. But let me just summarize some things that are very important for you right now for free. So what you do is you take your current skills. And I'm assuming you're an IT guy, right? If you're a noob, that's totally different. That's what we were just talking about. That's entry level, that's volunteer work, that's something else entirely. If you have IT experience, take your resume, match your resume, what skills you already have, with something you find on LinkedIn, on CareerJet, on Indeed.com, on Dice.com, on all these different algorithms, search engines that are specialized in jobs. That's what I do, and it works. So let me just show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to find one of my real profiles out here on LinkedIn. I just got to sign in real quick. If I could sign in. What's going on here? Why does it lead me all these different directions? Okay, here we go. So check this out. Here's my real LinkedIn profile. Right? Now, I've not looked at this in a while, so bear with me. I hope there's no surprises in here. But here's my real LinkedIn profile right here. And I fill it completely out. I don't even have that many connections. Here's the thing. Many people I know have way more connections than I do, but somehow I get all of these very targeted positions. Why? Why is that? Because I fill this completely out from top to bottom. So once I do that, this tool, LinkedIn, finds jobs for me. It lines me up and suggests certain jobs for me when I do a search. If I was to type in IT security, it's going to find jobs in my location. It'll find jobs that accept my degree, accept my certifications. It's not blasting everything out. It's looking for stuff that's within 30 miles from me. And so there's tons of stuff. And it also shows, here's another little gem. It also shows other people with my similar skills. People resulting in IT security, like this guy. If I was to click on this guy's resume, I'll see all the stuff that he does. Now, this is the owner of Black Hills Information, so he's not what I'm talking about. A better job description would be IT security is too generic. I'll just say, okay, let's just go risk management framework. This is pretty specific. Analyst or engineer. This is very specific to what I do. It's a very specific thing. Another thing I could have typed in is cybersecurity engineer, cybersecurity analyst. There's lots of different things I could have typed in. IT security is too broad. All right, so here's some guys here who are very closely aligned with what I do that are kind of in my field. I could click on any one of these guys' resume to get a better idea of what I should be putting on my resume. What's working for them? Why are they like the top people popping up? Another thing you can do is go into actual jobs. Go into actual jobs and look at what they're looking for. Examine what the things that they're looking for in when they say they want you to have what? What are they looking for? Experience with risk management framework. And this is my field, but you could be whatever your field is, and you're saying, DD says, no previous experience. I have a BA in criminology and have an MA in strategy and security administration. All right, so that's the reason why right there, you don't have any experience. It's really hard to get a job with no experience. So what I would do if I were you is I would type entry level IT. Entry level IT. And I would start from here. I would start from looking at entry level IT jobs. What you want to do is get in at a low level and then start gathering as much. It's not going to pay well. All right. It might be shift work. It might be 30 miles farther than you want to drive. But you got to think long term. So what I mean by that is, where do you want to be in 5 years? In 5 years from now, what kind of career do you want to have? What kind of career and what path are you trying to get into? That's what you do. Just like with your degree, you have a master's degree in strategy and security administration, which will help you, by the way. You have a bachelor's degree in criminology. What was going through your head when you got those degrees? You know it's a 4 to 6 year degree, right? You had to plan it out. It's the same thing with this career path. You got to be like, okay, in 4 years, I want to do forensics. That'll match great with my criminology stuff. Forensics is a great match for me. Where can I get my first entry-level position experience doing forensics? That's how you got to think. So what you do is, okay, forensics, entry-level forensics, which who knows? It might, I don't think we're going to find it, but it's worth a try. I can't even spell forensics. Entry-level forensics. Did I spell it right? I guess I did. Okay. So, yeah. So here's some entry-level positions. A cybersecurity analyst, entry-level. A security analyst. So you have stuff here, and I don't know that this is what you want to be. Hopefully you're following along with me. This is kind of what you want to do. Entry-level is only one keyword or key phrase that you could use to get in. Really, you want any kind of entry-level position just to start. Once you get your foot in the door, you can then start putting that on your resume. Experience equals money. experience equals stability. All right. I can't stress it enough. A lot of people who contact me, it's the same thing. It's the same story. Bruce, I have no experience whatsoever. I've applied for 100 jobs. I can't find a job. Experience is king. Experience is better than a degree. Experience is better than a certification. Everything else is just icing on the cake. Experience is everything. I knew people who had no degree, no certifications, and because of their experience coming out of the military, and they'd set up servers before, they'd set up DNS servers, they'd secure systems on 500 systems around the world. No degree, no certification, but they were brilliant. They had experience. They could do whatever task was given to them, and they would get a job from their connections, and they were getting paid like crazy. The certifications and degrees, all that stuff for them came later. I know a lot of guys like that happened to. A couple of my mentors, actually. A few of my top mentors had no degree, no certifications. They were just extremely brilliant. And they just knew how to do stuff. It's crazy. But that said, they had experience. So the reason why they were able to figure out these problems is because they were thrown to the wolves. They were a baby that was thrown to the wolves. In the military, that's what they do. They just throw you in there and say, fix this, fix that. That's what they used to do. I don't know what they do now. It's been a while. Experience. That's how you do it. Get experience. And you're probably thinking, how do I get experience? Volunteer. Do you go to school? Do you still have an alma mater? Do you still have are you still close to your college? See if you can volunteer at the school. Experience is money, okay? It's not money now, it's money in the future. Go volunteer at whatever community thing that you have. If you go to church, volunteer there. If you have a high school, volunteer there. Volunteer to teach, volunteer to help out, set up a teacher's little network if they have something there. Volunteer to be their assistant. Volunteer to help out, set up the wireless. Volunteer, and then do stuff on your own too. Set up stuff in your own house to learn more. And Spade says, look into e-discovery. Is that like a training session or something? Okay, so I hope that helps out, Dee. And also look into your own field, like whatever field you're in. You might already have some experience. A lot of times people say they have zero experience, and especially if they're older people, like kids don't have experience. You know what I mean? Like if you're just coming out of high school, you really don't have any experience. But if you have been in the field for a while, like my man is doing administrative support, that I'm sure he has experience. I'm certain he has it. He just probably doesn't know what he has yet. But he has experience.